Hello, my name is Jason Dovel. I teach trumpet at the University of Kentucky, and that was Etude number 10 from Small's 27 Exercises book. And I'll now give you a few suggestions that may be helpful in your own performance. First of all, this is largely a lyrical etude. I think in all playing, but especially lyrical playing, it's important to play with your very best sound. As you're preparing this etude, do everything you can to prioritize tone production, play in a very vocal, lyrical, smooth manner. Observe all dynamic markings in this. You notice you start off pianissimo, and then very quickly you crescendo to forte. Be sure you're making a big difference. You want to show the adjudicators in your audition process that you have a good command of the dynamics. Make your softs soft and your louds loud. In all playing, but particularly lyrical playing, phrasing is very important. If you haven't heard the term phrasing before, phrasing is an independent musical idea that you usually, as a trumpet player, will play in one breath. This etude is staggered in 4 measure phrases. It's pretty obvious because measure 1 and measure 5 are exactly the same. So we know that measure 5 begins a new phrase. We have a kind of a tricky choice to make. Do we actually breathe right after measure 4 or right before measure 5? I chose to breathe before the 3 notes in measure 4 that are a pickup to measure 5. So in other words, I breathe between the A and the D. The reason I chose to do that is if you take that breath, then for the rest of the piece, every time you'll take a breath before 3 eighth note pickups, and you'll always play 4 measure phrases. And this not only helps you musically because the music will flow very naturally, but it also helps you physically because you always know it's 4 measure phrases and you'll always have enough air for each phrase. In the example that you see on your screen now, you will see commas every 4 measures in places where I suggest breaths. You also may want to take a catch-up breath, 3 from the end. You'll see 1 small comma in parentheses. Some players will be able to make this final 4 bars in 1 breath, but when you're playing double forte, you may find that you run out of your air more quickly and need to take 1 additional breath to make it to the end of the piece. Finally, don't make too big a deal of the grace notes. The grace notes are just an ornament, so don't play them too loudly or too aggressively. Just let them be a nice ornament to the lyrical line. So good luck to everyone. Best wishes for a successful performance of this very fine etude.